I'm Jule Harley. In this Alaska Packraft School episode, I'm helping you fit better into your boat. The better your boat fits, the more effectively you can paddle it. For grade 2 and beyond paddling, your boat fit is just as important as the boat itself. An analogy I like to use, if you're a skier, you buy the best, most expensive skis ever, they're so sick, but your ski boot is way too big and does not fit your foot, you're not going to be able to control the skis that effectively. So some hot tips and things to consider when you're making your boat fit you. So make sure your seat is fully inflated, your boat is fully inflated when you're doing your whitewater outfitting. The whitewater outfitting includes a really supportive back band. This keeps your spine straight and helps your foot press against the foot block. That's the front part of the boat. It's this little foot pillow, and that's fully inflated as well. I like to start with the foot block fully inflated. Some folks, if they are very, very leggy, their legs are incredibly long, they may or may not need the foot block. If their feet press up against the front of the boat, then it's unnecessary. Other components are the thigh straps. The thigh straps are adjustable on the rails on either side. Generally, I'll make sure one side fits really good before I go playing around with the other side. So here I am in my Alpaca Raft Mage. The boat is fully inflated, the floor is fully inflated, and my seat is fully inflated. Now I can start. You'll notice my legs are in a diamond shaped position. This is a pretty athletic whitewater stance. It's not wrong or bad, right, to have straight legs, but this is gonna make you pretty tippy. So me fitting in my boat, if all of my weight is in the back of my boat, I'll be pretty back heavy. I like to sit upright, a little bit forward as someone would, like they're in a whitewater kayak. So I've adjusted my back band. I can crank it. I'm sitting tight. So I start with my back band, sitting upright. And then I check in with my feet. My feet are pressing into the foot block or front of my boat in this shape. We do not cross our ankles, or it's kind of awkward if we do this. Because remember, we want this diamond shape with our legs, so the ankles are flexed at our feet. I'm tight, I can press left foot, right foot into the front of my boat. This helps with torso rotation, edging, all these fancy boat control and body mechanic techniques. But the thigh straps. Why do I use thigh straps? Some learners feel like they will be trapped in their boat. It's very possible, but wildly unlikely. I'll show you, in fact, how quickly you can get out of them. Right, in the event I tip over and I go for the drink, I'm not trapped in my boat, I'm free. So thigh straps really, really help me control the edges of my boat. Even without my paddle. If I'm tight fitted into my boat, it's fitting me like a glove. Go back to thinking about that really tight ski boot. Now I can effectively control my skis. But it's not ski season, it's Packraft season. So I'm using my lower body. I don't even have a paddle right now. And look at what I can do with my boat because it's fitted appropriately. Where do you want your knee in order for your thigh straps to be the most effective? I see a lot of folks riding with their thigh straps here. This is less preferable, right? Because I want to be able to control the edge of the boat with my leg. So you'll see how my knee is really sticking out of that knee cup. I really want it tight on the lower part of the leg with my knee bent. My knee is sticking out. So you'll notice I could tighten these up. And so doing these sort of adjustments, it's easier actually on a self-bailing boat. It's a little bit trickier when you have a skirted boat. Sometimes you can take the cockpit combing out. But if you're doing that, sometimes getting out of the boat to get your hands in there. You can imagine if these attachment points were in a different shape, they were too far forward or too far back, my knee might not be sticking out of the knee cup like so. And I can also adjust it at the floor to make this fit even tighter. I can tighten it up here as well. When I am fitting my personal boat, when I get that boat fit that works for me, I'll keep the front and the side rails the same. The only one I'm changing when I get in and out of my boat is this guy right here. So sometimes it feels like it takes a little bit of time to make sure your boat fits. It's totally worth it. Whether or not you use a foot block. Right? I'm kind of a shorter person. I use a foot block in any boat I use. This boat's a little bit big for me. It's a large narwhal, but having this foot block near the front of my boat ensures that I have something to press into, which helps my posture, helps my paddling, helps my body mechanics. But you'll also notice this boat does not fit me. Look at all the space back here. Let's say I was to bring my back. Well then, right, I lost that really tight contact with the thigh straps. My legs are straighter and my feet are just barely touching the foot block. So you can tell this boat's probably a little bit too much for me. Some manufacturers have different options with spray skirt designs. This is the lightest weight one that Alpaca makes. It does the job. There are beefier ones that are neoprene, similar to Whitewater kayak spray skirts. They are heavier. They keep you warmer in your vessel. But they are less likely to implode when a big whitewater feature hits you or when you're upside down. That can be especially valuable for folks rolling, combat rolling their pack rafts. The spray skirt, it goes over my dry suit or wetsuit or whatever I'm wearing, but underneath my PFD. So my PFD would be over this. We'll get back in my boat, make sure I fit nice and tight, and then the icing on the cake is the spray skirt. Find it's easier if I flip it up. I like to start in the back. I'll reach back, tuck it around the combing, get any excess thigh strap or back band out of the way, making sure it's secure along the sides. Before I do the final pull, I can even use my knees here. Final pull over the front part of the combing. And generally when your gear's wet, it'll get on and come off easier. Some folks, the reason they choose skirted boats, they're significantly warmer. So in Alaska, cold northern waters, you see skirted boats more often than self-bailing boats. Some folks say the performance is better. There's no holes in the bottom, so your boat will move faster. And there's not ever any water in the vessel. There might be a small amount, but I'm not getting swamped with a big whitewater feature. The self-bailers might. They take a second to drain. But some folks, depending on the water and the air temperature, really like self-bailers. They don't have to deal with two more pieces of equipment, right? The spray skirt itself or the combing. Super important when you do put your spray skirt on is this grab loop is available. Similar to a whitewater kayak and neoprene spray skirt, I need to be able to exit my craft if I'm upside down. A lot of pack rafters will simply fall out of their boats without having to pull the grab loop. However, that tends to be higher volume people, whereas smaller folks that don't weigh as much, I'm one of those folks, I have to decide I want to exit the boat and I have to pull the grab loop. It's easy. And now I can exit my boat.